Let's create the head using a simple sphere. I create the sphere from the side view with the poles at the ear holes using 12 subdivisions. So you can count around from the top of the poles here to 12 subdivisions with 8 height divisions that separate it. The image plane has the skull here. So let's go to the create palette or create pull down, polygon primitives. I turn on interactive creation so that I can click and drag from the side view, make sure I'm in the side view. I'm using the right side view in this case. And you can pull up the sphere settings box, which lets you pump in the fields of 12 and 8. So I'll go on the head layer here, go to the ear hole, and click and drag. There we go. And now we can position and move around the sphere edge loops to match the image plane. And here I had one earlier. I thought I had hit record, so that one didn't show up. So let's go ahead and check that out. Getting rid of the diagonals at the poles is the first order of business here to get a nice clean topology. So right click, go to edge, using Q to select. And select holding control and shift as plus. Remember, control by itself takes away, control plus shift adds. And it is on object symmetry, control backspace. And you have an option here using the model toolkit with the multi-cut tool. You can connect across these two. That'll give it all quads, or you can go across this way. I've done it both ways. So for this one, I'm going to go down here and hold down shift to go center. It should highlight the point or the edge. The vertex, hit enter. Go through the back, same thing. Hold down shift to get center, let go of shift, hit enter. And now we have all quads. So if I smooth this sphere, it's going to get a nice round sphere. Go back to 1. Remember, 3 smooths, round goes back to the original. Q gets out of the tool setting. And now we can match this up from the side view. And the shading should be smooth shade on all. And we can turn on the X-ray mode and just position it like we have over here. So right click, go to vertex mode, and let's grab some of these to start off with. So we'll grab this set here, go to the move tool, and we'll bring it up. Ooh, be careful not too much too fast. Bring it up over here. And down a little bit, and then the back of the skull is definitely the higher and wider part of the skull. So we're trying to get that egg shape going early. And then it comes back here in the neck region. So that one we can go ahead and scale in a little bit and rotate forward and then move. So select, move, rotate, scale. It's still very simple tools. We haven't done anything too complicated yet. For this piece here, we can bring in where the eye sockets are, should be about dead center. We'll bring that in just a little bit. Bring in the front of the forehead here just a little bit. Get rid of that pointy part. Get rid of the peaks and valleys. Bring that forward and push up the neck underneath. So I can go R to scale, and it can really flatten out. Actually, let's go to vertex mode. Grab those vertices, scale it flat, and use the W tool. And we're going to move and push up where the neck is. So it comes down at a diagonal from the throat, goes across underneath the jaw, the pointy part of the jaw, and up across here. So I can move that up quite a bit, fairly significant, and can also bring these guys up here from the side. And then we can give that pointy protrusion here for the jaw, so I can rotate those, bring them out using move, using those QWERTY keys. Grab the middle set here, E, rotate them around, W, bring them up a bit. There we go. Get rid of that point right there. Just trying to relax all the sharp peaks and valleys in there. Then bring that throat forward quite a bit here, so it's going to kind of follow the jawline just a bit till we put some more geometry in there. And then the bottom of the throat right there. Same, these ones can come up. Back of the cranium, we can kind of get that off the center line with the eyes. Doesn't need to be following the eyes that carefully. It's going to kind of cradle upwards, the egg shape. And we can kind of move these all out too and kind of relax the quad. So we call it stressing the quad. If the quad is like at a severe angle, like something like this, like almost indented, or long side, super short side, that's a stressed quad. So we want to relax all these quads and keep everything in an organic flow that you would see in a living creature. At least ones we know in our world. There we go. Bring that up just a little bit. Let's take a look at this from the front view. So we'll go back into perspective. I'll grab this one that I had just done a moment ago, kind of set that to the side as a little bit of a reference, and you can see quite a bit of scaling was done on the sides. So we'll go into vertex, grab all the side vertices here, and we're going to push and bring those in a lot. So you can go out of isolation mode, go into X-ray mode, and we can really see just how much narrow the head is from the front view. Add to our selection, bring it in some more, go to the very outer one, scale, bring it in, or move, bring it in some more. That's looking pretty good so far. The narrow part, the egg shape of the front of the head should narrow at the bottom of the jaw, wider in the top. From the top view, it is wider in the back and more narrow towards the front for the temple region, which I didn't quite get to on that one too, which is probably better. So yeah, let's narrow down that jawline. And remember, Alt right mouse button lets you do a slow pan, and then Alt left mouse button lets you roll around. F will center screen up, so if you're kind of rotating and moving, and you want that right dead center, just keep that in mind as you go. Okay, so getting that egg shape down around the jawline, we can go to just a few of these edge loops on the outside here. Pretty straightforward. So it's going to come more narrow in towards the jawline for sure. And as it gets closer to the middle part here, the back of the head, it's going to widen out to the back as it gets to where the shoulders and the trapezius meets up to the back of the ear. You can see what we got going on over here. We took these vertices, brought them forward for the throat, and then we took, and that's off this middle edge loop line. Then we took these vertices back here and we brought them way forward like that, and then brought these vertices down quite a bit, and also rotated them. And then in the back's middle here, kind of widen these out. We want to prepare, just like we prepared the armpit for the octagon, we want to prepare the neck for where the octagon 8-sided cylinder of the neck's going to attach. Grab this one here, bring it way out, grab this one here, bring it way out. There we go. And beginning to get that 4-sided or those 4 quads prepared to create the spot where we're going to attach the cylinder of the neck to it. Looks like I brought them a little more forward than I wanted to. I'll have to go check my notes on that. It's a little different each time. Just slightly. It'd be boring if it was exactly the same every time, wouldn't it? Like, come on. Do same base mesh every time. You would think I'd be reusing the same base mesh over and over, but I go and refresh myself and make a new one every now and then. Yeah, this has got to come way up. So these were actually extruded out. So that's what's messing me up here, is I forgot that I extruded these vertices way out earlier. And so now, yeah, so this one's got to come back to the middle. So we don't need those just quite yet. Sorry about that. So this should come back towards the middle. And then we can push these other ones for the throat and the sternocleidomastoids. The mastoid processes, those are the large neck muscles. that hopefully you've done when you're figure drawing or figure sculpting class. And bringing those forward to the ears. Okay, there we go. So now we have the 4 quads we want for the neck. So let me go back to object mode and take a look underneath the throat. So the 4 quads that are going to make up the 8-sided cylinder for the neck are these 4 quads right here. Right, and you can see from the side view where those stop at, where the throat is and where the back of the neck is over there. And you can see on the sample one where they came down quite wide at the base, at the back of the neck. They get a little more narrow towards the front. So if I isolate, remember you can isolate components as well, so that might throw you off. I'm sure some of you have discovered that already on your own. But let's go ahead and extrude that out. Switch to my move tool, bring it down and back. So down, and then it's not perfectly straight, right? It's a forward neckline, so it's going to come this way where the head is leaning slightly forward into the trapezius, and then you'll bring that vertex down for the throat right here. So we'll get that vertex right away. And you want that throat to be in the middle here, and this one might come down a little bit as well. And that's pretty close to being done. We can look at the front, we can look at the side view and the skull, and continue to push a few of these pieces around. I do like to keep the ear hole dot in the center, but it's not an absolute. Bring these up. See the little peak of the skull is actually back here a little bit. And these should come up a little bit more as well. And the cheek area here, kind of bring that back. Trying to relax this quad right here. It's got a little jaggedy diagonal. So we'll just kind of keep bringing that in just a little at a time. But again, we're going to sculpt that. We're not going to, I know I'm saying I'm not going to do too much vertex pushing on this model, but we really don't want to. So bring the back of the neck, we bring these two out some more, even a little bit more, especially the lower part. And then the back part right here can come back as well. Double check using transparency, and you can see we're pretty close to the nape of the neck right there. It's actually up a little higher right there. And that means that these vertices right here really need to come in. They're kind of bulging out still too much. That's these guys. Bring this in. Yeah, from the top view, that means we need to bring these ones in as well. From the side view. There we go. And definitely from the temple region. I have my skull in front of me that I was showing in the previous demos. There's Nixie, kitty. I'll stick it on camera. Okay, that should be good for your head helmet, Daft Punk helmet. And you could do a nice easy UV layout on this, and we could like draw in and paint in the face detail. But we're going to go sculpt the eyes, nose, and mouth. But let's switch over to the hand and the fingers first.